Tonight, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
A first carry for the all-pro running back, it's Josh Jacobs.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Dodge forced out to his left. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And does the big boy have the juice? Down to the 10. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. And how about the big boy showing off the wheels?
Let's face it. Anybody who watches a game, even if it goes against your team, when there's a big man with the football, everyone locks in.
All eyes.
Everyone locks in and the rumble.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there.
With his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here, 2nd and a yard from the 34. Looking to throw. Dodge.
And, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, Dodge. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Back to throw. Dodge.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely. No matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Operating from the gun. Dodge. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy 1st down. Operating from the gun. Dodge down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
2nd and 4. They could still get a 1st down without scoring.
Jacobs going to try the middle. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
On 3rd and 2, Dodge.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the 1st quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. Last week, over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. We were talking with him on the field before the game. He said simply, I was in a groove. He obviously was.
And I think he's been a little modest about that, being in a groove. That's a big-time game right there. And I think he feels like his entire team is coming along with him because they're creating spaces and holes for him to run through.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. The intended receiver that time was Josh Jacobs. And now it's 2nd down.
You talk about this Giant defense.
They were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Giants, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try to keep your quarterback upright?
Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down. After one, a 14-3 ball game. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Dodge on the move to it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
On 3rd down, Dodge.
Gets this complete to Shaheed.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And a 2nd field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
Back to throw. Leach.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Leach.
And that's going to be incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants.
Malik Neighbors.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Giants go up by 2 touchdowns.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming down and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those sixes on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense.
And he will make it back to the line of scrimmage, but that is all. 4th down coming up as we reach the 2-minute warning.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York set to take the field.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. 159 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Giants are able to add on to their first-half lead.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Cowboys.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded at about the 28. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Throwing on 1st down. Leach.
As this complete to Daniel Bellinger.
And he's got this down to the 35. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Ian Book, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home in Acrisure Stadium. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Chicago Bears. The Steelers get back over 500 as they win their second in 3 tries.
Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's got room. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 212 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. Well, pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities. And this is a good one right in front of them.
Now this one complete on the slant route. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
And the throw and the catch were just fine. But against zone coverage, when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
On 1st and 10, Dodge. And he's got some space here. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown.
Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick 6, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him, because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. On 1st down, Dodge. Now they go screen. It's complete. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Off the play fake. Dodge. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 9 yards on the scramble there, but it does leave him still a few inches shy with 3rd down looming.
But this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground, because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
They expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
From the gun on 3rd down. Dodge. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down, because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 2 straight runs of 5 yards, 1st and 10.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
Throwing on 1st down. Dodge. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It certainly looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2, because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
To throw on 3rd down. Dodge. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there.
Picked up by Jordan Battle.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Operating from the gun. Dodge.
The short one there taken in by Ferguson.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Operating from the gun. Dodge.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And Lamb going to have a Cowboys first down as he'll get this down to the 47-yard line.
That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Giants are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Ratliff. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. And now they're in the hurry up. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Leach. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown.
Malik Neighbors.
His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Giants are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
And incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And New York set to take the field.
They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on.
On 1st and 10, Leach.
Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. On 1st down, Ratliff. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
232 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Right back to him on 1st down. Evades him at the 10. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
Trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that.
And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Giants continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the fourth.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow. Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Back to throw. Dodge.
A short one there, taken in by Ferguson.
His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. nowadays an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
On first down, Dodge. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over.
For the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. Up front seven, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception.
It's Deontay Banks with it. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
On third down, Ratliff. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Looking to throw. Leach. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
Off play action. Leach. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Back to throw. Dodge.
And this one quickly to Lamb.
The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On third down, Dodge. And my goodness, another interception.
It's Deonte Banks with it.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. And that one will go down in the books as just a one-play drive and then 3 points tacked on to the end of it.
Wow, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempted from that distance, CD, let alone converted, but he came through with confidence and matches what was Tom Dempsey's 43-year NFL record at one point of 63 yards.
Yeah, I can still see that highlight of Dempsey making that kick, and nowadays we see it a little bit differently because, remember, Dempsey was a straight-on kicker. But these guys nowadays, the range keeps increasing, and they keep putting it through the posts.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Giants, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season.
And they will be at home for one next week against the Las Vegas Raiders.
Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from AT&T Stadium.